the light, the engines roar. SKR, it's time to soar. Dreams ignite, the pressure's high. We race the edge, we touch the sky. Fires burn, the world's a blur. Victory calls, but it's unsure. Sundays at 6, where the league begins. Oh yeah, highs and lows, where we chase our wins. Through the curves, through the fight, SKR, we own the night. The night. Rain comes down, the track turns wild. Split second moves, adrenaline child. Podium dreams, they come and go. Fast and fierce, it's all we know. Yellow flow flags, heartbreaks near, but we push on, we have no fear. Sundays at 6, where the league begins. Oh yeah, highs and lows, where we chase our wins. Through the curves, through the fight, SKR, we own the night. We own the night. The night. We own the night. Ooh, right. The night. Rain comes down, the track turns wild. Split second moves, adrenaline child. Podium dreams, they come and go. Fast and fierce, it's all we know. Yellow flow flags, heartbreaks near, but we push on, we have no fear. Sundays at 6, where the league begins. Oh yeah, highs and lows, where we chase our wins. Through the curves, through the fight, SKR, we own the night. 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 We own the night.
Turn on the screen, it's NFR. Feel the rush like a shooting star. The engines roar, the tires scream. Fast as lightning, it's the dream. Speed and drama, every turn on NFR. The rubber burns. Feel the thrill of every bend, where the champions transcend. Feel the power at NFR. Burning tracks, driving far, where the races never end. NFR, only friend. Fernando calls the play on NFR. Every race day, commentary sharp and loud, hyping up the roaring crowd. Feel the power at NFR. Burning tracks, driving far, where the races never end. NFR, only friend. Not Fernando calls the play on NFR at race day. Commentary sharp and loud, hyping up the roaring crowd. Feel the power at NFR. Burning tracks, driving far, where the races never end. NFR, only friend. Deaf Queen, the top supporter scene. In the crowd where speed is keen. NFR, the place to be. Join the race, watch and see.
Mondays at 6, the engines ignite. SKR League under stadium lights. Rubber burns, the tarmac's a canvas. Twists and turns where the brave find madness. Throttle pinned, the needle don't lie. Chasing the horizon, kissing the sky. Podium dreams, champagne in the mist. But crash in the gravel, that's the devil's twist. Checkered flag or shattered hope. Grip the wheel and learn to cope. SKR, where legends collide. Fast lanes, heartbreaks, no place to hide. From pole to pit, we're chasing the stars. It's glory or guts in the SKR. In shadows, the apex calls. One mistake and the whole dream stalls. Pit stop prayers, tires slick with wear. Crew hands steady, precision in the air. Highs like Monaco, lows like Monterey. Speed's a religion, the track's our domain. Six-gear symphony, engines that scream. But glory's a gamble, it's never serene. Checkered flag or shattered hope. Grip the wheel and learn to cope. SKR, where legends collide. Fast lanes, heartbreaks, no place to hide. From pole to pit, we're chasing the stars. It's glory or guts in the SKR. Trapped in shadows, the apex calls. One mistake and the whole dream stalls. Pit stop prayers, tires slick with wear. Crew hands steady, precision in the air. Highs like Monaco, lows like Monterey. Speed's a religion, the track's our domain. Six-gear symphony, engines that scream. But glory's a gamble, it's never serene. SKR, where legends collide. Fast lanes, heartbreaks, no place to hide. From pole to pit, we're chasing the stars. It's glory or guts in the SKR. Hot in shadows, the apex calls. One mistake and the whole dream stalls. Pit stop prayers, tires slick with wear. Crew hands steady, precision in the air. Highs like Monaco, lows like Monterey. Speed's a religion, the track's our domain. Six-gear symphony, engines that scream. But glory's a gamble, it's never serene. Checkered flag or shattered hope. Grip the wheel and learn to cope.
Max the Maverick.
He rolls to the grid, eyes sharp as a blade. A storm in the cockpit, never afraid. Teammates tremble, they can't keep pace. Max takes the wheel, owns every race. From car to crown, he carved his way. A predator born to slay the day. The records fall, the doubters fade. A legend's forged, the price is paid.
Max Verstappen, king of the fight. Burning the track in the dead of night. Outruns the pack, leaves them behind. Fastest heart with a mastermind. Not the quickest car, but he still shines. Bends the rules, rewrites the lines. Max Verstappen, hear the roar. The champ who always begs for more.
Are born, they tried their best, but Max just laughs, aces the test. He dances through corners, a devil's art. Tears up the field, rips it apart. Red Bull's wings, they used to soar. Now it's Max who evens the score. The car's not primed, the rivals grin, but he still finds a way to win.
Max Verstappen, king of the fight. Burning the track in the dead of night. Outruns the pack, leaves them behind. Fastest heart with a mastermind. Not the quickest car, but he still shines. Bends the rules, rewrites the lines. Max Verstappen, hear the roar. The champ who always begs for more. can't hide. NFR, the pulse, the sound. Nothing ever calls it round by round. Highs and lows, the thrill, the sting, the viewers return. Let the madness begin. Wheel to wheel, a fight for life. A champion crowned, a season's knife. Broadcast the roar, the passion, the pain. An NFR is in the storm and the rain. NFR, the pulse, the sound. Nothing ever calls it round by round. Highs and lows, the thrill, the sting, the viewers return. Let the madness begin.
Well, gather round, folks, let me tell you a tale about a driver named Skull, racing fast without fail. He started down low in the back of the pack, but each season he climbed, never looking on back. He got quicker each year, like a rocket on wheels. His lap times were blazing, giving rivals the chills. From midfield to front, he was chasing the crown. A podium contender, making town shout a sound. He was winning some races, nearly topping the charts. Skull's name in the lights, stealing Formula One hearts. With speed like a demon, he was setting the pace. A champ in the making, dominating the race. But hold on now, partner, here's where things go astray. Skull's races start wild, then they crash in a fray. He's got Max Verstappen speed, burning up the track. But George Russell's tears when his car don't come back. Spinning in corners, smashing walls with a bang. Disqualified for cutting, hear the steward's harsh clang. Retiring in the pits, or he's wrecking with flair. Skull's short fuse like strolls, yelling loud in despair. His internet's dropping or the game kicks him out. 1 minute he's leading, then he's down with a pout. He's fast as a bullet, but his luck's in the ditch. Crashing into rivals, leaving fans in a stitch. He's got speed like Max and them tears like our George. A temper like Lance when his race plans diverge. Skull's heart's in the fight, but his car's in the wall. Yeah, we know he'll keep pushing, never quitting at all. So here's to old Skull, with his fire and his fight. He's down but not out, he'll be back in the light. With his speed and his grit, he'll be winning someday. Skull's gonna rise, it'll blaze all the way. He'll blaze all the way. Six p.m. on a Sunday clock. Engines scream like hearts that talk. Rubber burns on asphalt veins. Speed and hope and tire stains. High so high they touch the sky. Low so low they scrape goodbye.
SKR Sundays, where dreams collide and break away. SKR Sundays, the wheel spins fast, the hearts betray.
Checkered flags and broken wings. A league of kings, but no crown clings. Sweat and steel and fractured pride. Through the relapse of war we ride.
SKR Sundays, where dreams collide and break away. Yeah. SKR Sundays, the wheel spins fast, the hearts betray. Checkered flags and broken wings, a league of kings, but no crown clings. Sweat and steel and fractured pride. Every lapse of war we ride. SKR Sundays, where speed to God we kneel and pray. Yeah. SKR Sundays, glory whispers face to gray. Opposition of fleeing throne, a crash can make it all unknown. F1 highs like stars
the light, the engines roar. SKR, it's time to soar. Dreams ignite, but pressure's high. We race the edge, we touch the sky. Tires burn, the world's a blur. Victory calls, but it's unsure. Sundays at 6, where the league begins. Oh yeah, highs and lows, where we chase all wins. Through the curves, through the fight, SKR, we own the night. The night. Rain comes down, the track turns wild. Split second moves, adrenaline child. Podium dreams, they come and go. Fast and fierce, it's all we know. Yellow flow flags, heartbreaks near, but we push on, we have no fear. Sundays at 6, where the league begins. Oh yeah, highs and lows, where we chase all wins. Through the curves, through the fight, SKR, we own the night. We own the night. The night. We own the night. Ooh, right. The night. Rain comes down, the track turns wild. Split second moves, adrenaline child. Podium dreams, they come and go. Fast and fierce, it's all we know. Yellow flow flags, heartbreaks near, but we push on, we have no fear. Sundays at 6, where the league begins. Oh yeah, highs and lows, where we chase all wins. Through the curves, through the fight, SKR, we own the night. 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 We own the night.
Turn on the street, it's NFR. Feel the rush like a shooting star. The engines roar, the tires scream. Fast as lightning, it's a dream. Speed and drama, every turn on NFR. The rubber burns, feel the thrill.
5 seconds, it's a joke. A joke. Think you have to leave a space. All the time you have to leave a space. CV2, engines. CV2. Yeah.
You've got a fire burning deep inside, a spark in the dark where your dreams collide. They'll tell you to stop, say the road's too long, but your heart keeps beating to a rebel song. Take a step, don't look below. Every scar's a story, only you will know. The weight of the world can't break your stride. You're carving your name where the stars reside. When the shadows call, when the nights grow cold, you'll find the strength in the tales untold. The spark.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome back. Welcome back to NFR. Welcome back to SKR on a Sunday night. We've just gone past 6 p.m. A small field here tonight, as you can see, just the 12 drivers. We might still have a few squeezing in before the race starts. Of course, just the one quali session, 18-minute qualifying session for everybody to get around, set their best lap time and set the field. for the race that follows. Of course, for a change tonight, usually we race after the real guys race. Well, tonight, this is just to whet your appetite, because the real guys, well, they're going to race at 9 o'clock on this very circuit. Of course, yesterday's sprint, quite the shocker. Two McLarens going into each other in turn 1. No points for the McLaren team, and allowing Max to claw an extra 8 points back in the championship. A repeat of that sort of result in the feature race would be disastrous. Of course, Piastri has something like a 61-point lead, something like that. Sounds like a lot, but one retirement while your opponent wins takes 25 out of you just like that. All of a sudden, championship looks a little different. Did put a poll up on the channel, see who you guys thought would win the race tonight, the real race. There is the poll. Max Verstappen 80%, Norris 20%, and absolutely nobody giving Piastri or anyone else. That makes the other 17 drivers up a chance. So apparently it's going to be between Max and Lando, and Max 80%. All the cars out on the racetrack, all of the 12. Smurf, Top Gun, Virus, Pantry Star, Skull, Lebby, Spikes, Harsh Cartoon, Wheeze, Sugar Bear, Winterish, and Andre. Trying to remember how to pronounce that. Virus, first man over the line, sets a 1 minute 33.5. It's beaten immediately by a 1:32.5. That's 1 second quicker by Sugar Bear. Andre comes over the line with a 1:35.6, but that's not a representative lap, because we know he likes to go around for more than one lap on the same set of tires, so he'll have extra fuel in that car. And then obviously the lap time suggests wasn't really going for it. 35.6. And we've got Pantry Star on an outlap. His teammate going very quickly. Skull Purple through sector 1. Lights up the timesheets. Wheeze, speaking of lighting up the timesheets, first driver into the 31s, a 31.9. Follow the Selber. Very, very quick in sector 1. It's not about how quick you are in one of the sectors or two of the sectors. It's about how you stitch the entire lap together. Get the first two parts spot on. Get the last part wrong. It's all for nothing. Andre still circling the circuit at the moment. P7 with a 35. One Sauber off in the gravel. Thought that was the other Sauber for the moment, but this is the other Sauber. Skull going around the final corner. Of course, final corner, a replica of the final corner in Kyle Army. Skull goes up to P4, 1:33.5. Quickest in sector 1. That just got a little away from him. 3 drivers yet to set a time. Skull's teammate, Pantry Star, no lap time from him, and he's not going to get a very good lap time with a wing that looks like that. He's going to have to come into the pit, put on a new wing. There we go. I just saw that in the comment section. Vo saying that the invitation is invalid. I do need to change those. If anybody can help with links to the Discord, are you looking for a SAFRL Discord link or an NFR Discord link? If anybody can help with that. If not, I'll post it by the end of the stream. Winterish and Pantry Star, the only two drivers remaining without a lap time. Winterish looking to change that. It's about to go over the line. Start a quick lap. Saw a lot of drivers in qualifying last night losing a lot of their lap times due to going over white lines. That's going to be something the drivers have to watch out for, not only in qualifying. Of course, that will neutralize your entire run, make it all for nothing. And of course, in the race, get your warnings, and after 3 second penalty. Usually you'd think it stops at that, but I've seen many drivers go well over those 3 seconds. 6, 9, 12. Oh, we've seen them in the 20s. And if you add a pit infringement to that, 10 seconds at a time, well, things get quite chaotic. Weeze, quickest driver on track, 31.9, quicker than anyone by 0.4 of a second. He is on an outlap, looking for an improvement. Spikes over the line, 32.3. Doesn't find an improvement, but that's the same set of tyres, so he's got more to come. Sugar Bear on an outlap, 32.5, his current best, good enough for P3. Then you got Levy P4. Skull out on circuit, pulling his usual qualifying antics. Everybody approaches qualifying in a different way. Some drivers do what you'd expect. New set of tires, outlap, quick lap, in lap. New set of tires, outlap, quick lap, in lap, and repeat till the end of the session. Other drivers, well, they'll fill up the car, not fill up the car. That would be disastrous, but they'll put in an extra 3 or 4 laps of fuel in the car, and they'll just circulate the race circuit for the first half of qualifying, just getting to terms with the race circuit, and then at the end, come in, strip the fuel, put on a new set of tires, and show what that car is really capable of. Pantry Star on an outlap, still looking for that first lap time of the night. Anything that can get him out of P11 and into that top 10. This is Winterish, no lap time from him, but he's about to go over the line and into P4, 32.8, left it late, let the pressure mount on his shoulders. But he can finally breathe a sigh of relief. He's on the timesheets, 132.8, decent lap for a first one. Puts him up onto the second row. Now all attention goes to the second cell, but Pantry Star, the only driver without a lap time so far. Saw him off in the gravel earlier on, and then a very broken front wing. Obviously was not able to complete that run. Trying to correct that now. Of course, this Grand Prix, this circuit rather, COTA, the circuit that finally made the US Grand Prix work. One tried and tried again, dating all the way back to the 70s to make a US Grand Prix work. They just didn't stick. Weren't popular. The tracks were atrocious. Then we got Indianapolis. That was a decent race. That was well attended. Of course, you had Indianapolis, was it 2002, when complete disaster class happened. I think it might have been 2003 or 2004. Where only 6 cars started the race. Of course, that left Americans very unimpressed with Formula One. Formula One disappeared from the States for another few years. And then this track became the first F1 purpose-built circuit in the US. And since then, it's been home to the US Grand Prix. Of course, a few US Grand Prix have been added since then. But this will remain the United States Grand Prix. The other two are called Miami and Vegas. This is the official one. And that is one of the stupidest loophole rules in Formula One that nobody has ever bothered to fix. The rule is no country can have more than one Grand Prix. Yes, that's an official rule in Formula One. How do you get around that rule? Well, you name the second or the third Grand Prix something else. So technically, US only has one Grand Prix, and it's here in COTA. The other two are in Vegas and Miami. Lots of cars in the pits preparing for their final run. Got Levy out on circuit, out of sync with the others. Posh Cartoon, Pantry Star. Andre now the slowest of the time drivers. Not sure how he feels about this circuit. Is it a favorite? Is it one that he doesn't like? And he pulls into the pits. Did 3 laps on those soft tires. So there will be more time in that car once he strips the fuel, once he gets some new tires on that car. Combination of the grip and the lighter car, well, that should give him a significant amount of time. We still quickest, 31.7. He in fact found some time. His previous best was a 31.9. Spikes now in P2, 32.3. He's thinking, it's a lot of time to find. For one position, 0.6 of a second. What happens when you've got someone like Weeze in the field? Everybody else needs to step up their game. Of course, that is the wrong calendar. That is the wrong calendar. I apologize. That is the Red Line Racing calendar. Do I have the right calendar? There we go. That's the right calendar. There it is, round 5, 19th of October. Austin, of course, next week. Heading off to Mexico. Just south of Texas. Top Gun also out on circuit P11 at the moment, 34.4. Pantry Star, 34.0. Andre remains in the pit, slowest of the timed drivers. We know that his pace is usually very close to Skull's pace. Skull 33.2, Andre 34.5. Something quite not clicking with the RB driver. And asking what happened to Oscar, I'm not quite sure. Only 12 drivers showing up tonight, very small field. Maybe everybody getting ready for the real deal at 9 o'clock. I know you're getting ready a little early, aren't you? 51.7 and going even quicker. Lights up sector 1 in purple. Does Weeze, looking to move this time even further, looking to demoralize the rest of the field even further, show them what the car is capable of, what you can get out of this circuit exactly. 31.7 the current best. He was quickest in sector 1. What's he going to be able to do with sector 2? Goes quicker in sector 2, not purple but quicker. Spikes calls it a day on his session. Either that was a voluntary retirement or he had an incident, but Spikes will not improve from P2, 31.9. Anybody who can catch that. Spikes cannot defend. Wheeze backs out completely. 2 seconds remaining on the clock. Here is Sugar Bear. Winterish also out on circuit. Levy on an out lap. Don't know if he's going to make it. Wheeze retires from the session. Levy does get over the line. Going to be one of the last cars over the line. Skull P6, 33.2. Looking for a late improvement. And what a sector he had in Sector 2. Lights up Sector 2 in purple. That means he's the quickest man in Sector 2 so far. Let's see what he can do with the rest of the lap. We didn't get a chance to see his Sector 1. We don't know how good it was. So it's all going to come down to this final bit. 1 corner to go, and it's Style Army replica corner. Around the final corner. And over the line. Onto the second row. Nicely done. 32.5. That is a big improvement to find in the closing stages of qualifying. Bear 32.5, currently in P3. We're looking at Andre, one of the 2 RBs here today. Winterish, his teammate, was looking for a lap time for quite some time. Finally got it done. 32.8. He's up in P6. Andre, well, he'd like to get himself up the field a little too. Ride with the RB driver. An ultimate corner with just 1 more to go. If he feels it's off into the pits, it's because there's no improvement, but he doesn't. Opens up DRS. There is an improvement, but just for the 1 position. Goes up from P12 to P11. Something not quite clicking there. 9/10 of a second away from Skull. Those 2 drivers usually have near identical lap times. Go to the final driver out on track, and as you can see, he's not going too quickly. So that is the end of qualifying. USGP KR Season 13, Round 5. Next up, the feature race. There are your results, and we can get through them quickly because there's only 12. Wheeze takes pole position. Spikes will join him on the front row. Then the second row, Sugar Bear and Winterish. Push down to the third row will be Skull and Virus, followed by Levy and Smurf, Pantry Star and Harsh Cartoon. And the final row of the field will be Andre and Top Gun. My mic was muted, so I was as quiet as the spit lane. Of course, things look quiet over here. I assure you they're not quiet to the right-hand side of your screen. All the drivers, they'll be on the other side of that pit wall. You can't see them from this view. And they'll be doing final preparations for the race. Things like what strategy, what tire to start on, and what do you expect from the race. Of course, the drivers will know if there's any weather incoming. It doesn't seem that way looking at the sky. And obviously, what do you expect in terms of safety cars and stoppages in the race. Are you going to go on the hard from the start, looking to go deep into the race? Or go on a softer compound, hoping for that safety car, for a roll of the dice, and a free pit stop? Message coming in from the comment section is good luck to all the SKR boys. Especially Andre and Skull. Right, Death Queen? There we go. Finally get a view of our drivers. Get the dual green lights. That means everybody's going to get an opportunity to drive around this circuit one more time. Give them an opportunity to feel the car with a heavy fuel tank, probably for the first time this evening. Car will feel a little different, and of course you were running the soft tire in qualifying, so a very light car, the most grip available. Oh, it's going to feel somewhat different now. Lots and lots of fuel and hard tires that are going to take a little while to get up to temperature. If I'm not mistaken, and I might be mistaken, but I don't think I'm mistaken, SAFRL, it's also on this channel at 8 PM on a Tuesday night. I think they're heading to this very circuit on Tuesday night. Confirmed there on their calendar, but I'm pretty sure they're coming here too. So this will be a good practice for Tuesday night. A lot of these drivers do cross over to the Tuesday League. Rather smaller field than what we're used to. Wonder if everyone, like I said earlier, getting ready for the real deal. I have my Red Bull shirt on. I have my Red Bull hat on, supporting Max. But for now, well, there's a Red Bull on the front row. Probably got to change my shirt. I'm showing bias. Now wait for the 5 red lights and they will come on one by one. 3, 4, 5. And it's go. Red Bull versus McLaren. There's a bit of a pause, but off they go eventually. The Ferrari doesn't get a good start. Sugar Bear loses a position. 2 positions off the start. 3 positions off the start. Down to P7 and regains one of them. Loses it again, up to P6, briefly back down to P7. So Sugar Bear will be disappointed with the start from P4 that has allowed Skull in P4. I think Winterish had a good start. He's up into P3. Weeze leads the way. Things have started off quietly. Don't see anybody falling to the rear of the field in any sort of dramatic way. Bosch Cartoon, 2 seconds adrift from the rest of the field. I wonder if that car's got damage. It does not. We just left the race circuit. When the field is so close together at the start, leaving the race circuit means you could come out in last place, and it usually does. Lebby, last of the points finishers in P10. Pantry Star 9. Andre, he's made up a few positions since the start of the race. Started in P11. It's up to P8 already. Suggesting his race pace a lot more competitive than his qualifying pace. Sometimes can be a bit of a balance. getting the ultimate setup for the ultimate qualifying lap. It's usually not the best setup for the race. So sometimes drivers will optimize that race setup, take one for the team in qualifying. They know they're not going to have the best qualifying session, but they know when it comes to the race, they're going to have a car that's comfortable for the full 28 laps. Let me know in the comment section. Gives you all something to type. So let me know in the comment section. Do you think there is still a chance Max Verstappen could take his 5th title? Of course, if he did take his 5th title this year, he'd become only the 2nd Formula 1 driver in history to take 5 titles back to back. Of course, Michael Schumacher being the other. Spikes in P2. His teammate in P5. This is Virus. McLaren's having a good start to the race. Need to settle down. It's lap 2 of 28. Nobody's picked up any major damage. Nobody's gone into the pits unscheduled. 1:36.6. Quickest lap so far, but that lap's going to come down a long way by the time we get to the end of this race. Have a look. Are the McLarens running the same livery? Yes, they are. Of course, we've seen from league to league that changes, and sometimes you've got two very different looking McLarens on the circuit. Tonight they are wearing the chrome livery. Of course, McLaren running a special livery in COTA tonight. Special livery didn't do them much good yesterday. I think during the Mercedes dominance era, there was actually 2 occasions, twice in a row, where the Mercedes team brought out a special livery and had an absolutely shocking weekend. After that second one, Toto actually banned the special livery concept for the rest of the season. I don't think we've seen that many special Merc liveries. Cole quietly making up places. And he's on the podium. How he'd love to keep it there. Gap is 2 seconds to the driver in front. That is Spikes. In fact, it's 1.5. I wonder if Spikes just made a bit of a mistake. 0.5 of a second just disappearing from that gap. Then another second gap down to Winterish. Virus has just made that overtake side by side. Will he hold on to the overtake? The RB fights back. But Virus does clear the RB. That's some fantastic racing through the S's here in COTA. Of course, those are modelled after Maggots and Beckett's in Silverstone. Oh, that tower in the background. I've said it for years. If I could watch a race from up there. Doesn't really matter. Formula 1, MotoGP. Just let me watch a race from up there. Of course, if you are a MotoGP fan, you might be interested in the COTA 2027 concept. Concept by Liberty Media. Nothing set in stone, still a concept, an idea for now. But we could find ourselves in a situation where in 2027, when we visit this circuit, we could have Formula 1 and MotoGP at the same venue on the same weekend. Of course, both sports owned now by Liberty Media. So they can really do what they want. Liberty Media eyeing 2 venues for that possible event. One would be COTA, the other one would be Silverstone. Tell you what, it would be a great weekend to be there. 3-second time penalty becomes the first time penalty of the day. It goes the way of Levy. That's the driver in P9. He's going to want to keep those down, It's only lap 5. You don't want to be in the penalties column this early because it plays on your mind. A few moments ago, you were using all of the racetrack, looking for every single 100th of a second you could find. Now all of a sudden you've got penalties, you've got warnings, or you're getting close to a penalty. Start driving maybe a little within yourself, cautious of that extra penalty. The moment you're driving with any sort of caution, in any sort of way within yourself, it's not going to be enough. There's some quick drivers in this field, and if you're not on your 100%, probably not going to be your night. Next in line for Virus, Skull. It's going to be a battle between the McLaren and the Sauber. Other McLaren, Spikes, has got well off the road, 2.9 seconds away from Skull. Not exactly a McLaren sandwich. It appears to be one on the timesheet, but on the track. A little bit. Oh, and breaking news, and this is breaking news. The United States Grand Prix in COTA has had a contract extension until 2034. Wheeze leads the way. Spikes P2, Skull P3, Virus P4. I need to answer a work phone call and I will be back. I will be back in a few moments. I'll leave the screen on the racing. Just gonna mute my mic. We are back for now. That might be a back and forth conversation, so hopefully I don't have to mute too many more times. Back to the racing, lap 8 of 28. Weeze leads the way from Spikes. That's a comfortable gap of 2.2 seconds. Then Virus. He has made the overtake. We missed it. We missed it while the mic was muted. We missed it while I was looking down at my phone. Virus has got past Skull. Skull now demoted to P4. And we have a McLaren 2 and 3. Doing a lot better than they did yesterday. Winterish down to P5, Smurf P6, Andre 7, Sugar Bear 8, Levy 9, Top Gun 10, and then Harsh Cartoon and Pantry Star 11 and 12. Here we go, hopefully no more interruptions. Weeze, Spikes, Virus, that's your top 3. Skull in P4 looking to reclaim that position. Winterish P5, Smurf P6, then Sugar Bear P7, Andre 8, Levy P9, Top Gun 10, Harsh Cartoon 11, and Pantry Star. Trying to do 2 things at once and realizing that I'm not very good at it. I hope you're enjoying the footage. Commentary not quite on par. Andre P9 started outside the top 10 in P11, jumped up to about P7 I think it was early on in the race. Lost a few positions since then, back down into P9. He's a little quicker than this. I wonder if this just comes down to the circuit. Lots of drivers will have those 1 or 2 circuits on the calendar that they just don't click with. They just don't understand. Just don't know where the extra time is. Of course, we don't know what's happening with Andre, but he didn't quite have the pace in quali. In the race, he's settled down into P9. The one and only Mercedes in the field, Smurf in P6, right in the middle of a 12-car field. Looking to get points for the Mercedes team. Just the one Mercedes on the circuit tonight. Looking at the Drivers' Championship real quick, Spikes leads the way in the championship on 96 points. Then it's Pantry Star, he's not here tonight, 55 points. Virus P3 and the other McLaren, 47 points. Skulk, another driver, not here tonight, 42 points. Chris, not here tonight, 37 points. So this is a fantastic opportunity for all of the drivers to get some extra points. Then over to the constructors, McLaren leads the way, 143 points, and this result would go a long way to helping that go even further. Salber in P2 and then Williams in P3, but that is quite a gap between P1 and 2. Instead, that gap would grow incredibly. One Salber outside the points, the other one in P4. both McLarens ahead of him. Gap at the front, 2.1 seconds. Gap has just sort of stabilized. Weeze hasn't exactly run away with it. Spikes has kept him within grasp. We haven't seen a pit window yet. Lap 11. If we just bring that up, see if anybody has visited the pits. Just one car has visited the pits. That's Pantry Star, driver right at the rear of the field. In terms of positions, not a lot of positions made and not a lot of positions lost, to be honest. Skull picks up 2, Virus picks up 2, Andre 2, Top Gun 2, Smurf 1. And then the losses look very much the same. 1 position here, 2 positions there. So no major winners at the start. Seems like a very sensible start from everybody. Pushing in Sector 3. One of the McLarens either has made a mistake or has come into the pits. Virus must have made a mistake. I saw him down the field. I assumed he had come into the pits, but that's him entering the pits now. Means the mistake happened earlier on. And that McLaren 2-3. No more. Weeze, followed by Spikes. Winterish, Smurf, Lebby, Sugar Bear, Top Gun, Virus, Andre, and Pantry Star. What has happened to Skull? Skull has obviously come into the pits. He's got a brand new set of hard tires. But he has come out right at the rear of the field. So I wonder if he made some sort of mistake leading up to that pit stop. Similar to what we saw from Virus. Sometimes it's a situation where you're just taking those tires 1 lap too long. You give yourself a really, really difficult time of trying to get back to the pits. We still out front, 3.1 seconds as the gap was spiked in P2. I said the gap was 2 seconds and it was stabilized. I don't think Weeze liked it. Gone and found another second, 3.1 seconds. And again, these two very much in a league of their own as we've seen before. Driver in P3 is Lebby. He's a further 17 seconds adrift from the top 2. Top 4 drivers, Weeze, Spikes, Lebby, Sugar Bear. None of them have made pit stops. Those cars are separated by 21 seconds. Apex Weeze, the APX stands for, leads the way. Weeze does also offer coaching, founder of Apex Racing. Sure to get all of these guys links up for you on the channel next time around. 3-second time penalty for Smurf. These penalties, while they don't seem too serious in a race where the field rather will eventually spread out. You have a lead to the car behind of 5 seconds. Well, you don't have to worry too much about that 3-second penalty. The problem comes in if that field gets closed up, forcibly closed up, in the form of a late safety car. You find yourself in a tight queue with a few laps to go and 3 or 6 seconds worth of penalties. It's a race breaker. Always best stay away from that penalties column. Andre now in P7. Saw him down in P9 not so long ago, so he is making up ground. He has made a pit stop on a new set of hard tyres. I think will take him to the end of the race. Should take him to the end of the race. Well, well, well. Indeed. Visor makes an appearance. We didn't notice it. But Skull has DNF from the race. Unfortunate for Skull, unfortunate for Salva. Second in the Constructors' title, one car out of the race, the other car only collecting 2 points if the checkered flag were to fall right now. Squeeze 2.3 seconds, the gap has come down slightly. Or if he's just playing with it. Spikes in P2. Not want to hear me say that. Spikes. Wonder if Weiss is just playing with the gap. Like obviously giving it absolutely everything in that McLaren to stay on terms with the leader. .6 seconds, going up and down between 2 and 3 seconds. That gap is being managed for the time being, it seems. Levy, fastest lap of the race. That's a brand new set of medium tires, and that's what happens when you do the strategy in reverse. Start on the hard tire, you start on the worst tire. Means in the second stint of the race, you've got the faster tire and the lighter car. And those cars tend to take fastest lap. Harsh Cartoon down in P11. Big fan has made an appearance in the comment section. Good to have you. Hopefully Harsh Cartoon will hear your name and elevate his performance. Get him up into the top 10. Weeze, Spikes, Sugar Bear, but look at the gap. Look at the gap between the top two. Spikes has come into the pits and got a brand new set of medium tires. Weeze has chosen to stay out a little longer. Don't know how much longer he'll stay out. That's the sort of thing. That's the sort of thing you can get away with when you have the speed. Somebody's asking me for an invite. I'm just going to mute for a second and see if I can do that. Here we go, we're back, and we're back in time to see Weeze coming into the pit. Fun fact, we never finished in the top 10 in COTA. Well, that could change today. All we do need is one more retirement. So long as that retirement isn't Harsh Cartoon, then he'll definitely be in the top 10. Weeze comes out of the pits, and where will Spikes meet him? And that's a lot closer than I expected. That's a lot closer than I expected. That gap was 2.5 seconds. It's down to half a second. The undercut, oh so close. It almost worked. Winterish P3, Virus P4, Murph, Lebby, both the penalties, then Andre 7, Panther Star 8, Top Gun 9. Final point at the moment, going to Sugar Bear, but that car is in trouble. I have sent him an invite. He requested an invite. I sent it to him. But as things stand, that car is ghosting. If you know what that means on this game, it means he is not in control of that car. That car is temporarily controlled, well, by the AI, just to keep it going in the hope that you return. But it's never going to be as quick as you. So that car will be falling down the order. The longer it takes for him to get back in that car, the more opportunity Harsh Cartoon has of getting into the point. Sugar Bear saying, enjoy the race. The invite did not work. Obviously very frustrating when that happens. It does happen from time to time. But now Harsh Cartoon, if that stat was indeed a stat, well, you get to break a record here tonight. Harsh Cartoon, let's get you into the top 10. First, he's got to chase down that AI car. Absolutely no battery left for the leader, doing everything he can to break DRS. .3 seconds. Winterish P3, Virus P4, Lebby 5, Smurf 6, Andre 7. Then Pantry Star, Top Gun, Sugar Bear, Harsh Cartoon. View from the Red Bull. And back from his rear wing, you'll just see Mike, but not close enough to do anything about that Red Bull. As for behind Spikes, absolutely nothing. 22 seconds of clean air. Winterish in P3, 22 seconds adrift from the leaders. That really is a league of their own. The unsaying Weeze will take the victory. Of course, racing always unpredictable. When you add it to the unpredictability of this game, never call a victory with 8 laps to go. Not even half a lap to go. Cars a lot more reliable today than they used to be, and lots of times in the 90s and even into the mid-2000s. You'd have race leaders, engines just exploding with 5 laps to go. And if you're familiar with the Mika Hakkinen incident, well, he was leading the race by a country mile. Car exploded on the final lap, and I had to watch his championship rival drive right past him while he stood stationary at the side of the track. Jan saying maybe indeed. Seen lots of funny things on this game. We've seen great drivers making mistakes. Can't tell you who it was now because it was quite some time ago. It was either in SKR or SAFRL, one of the two. Might actually have been a League v League. I actually think it was a League v League. And basically the leader, who had led the race for the entirety of the race and had an 18-second gap on the rest of the field, crashed in the final lap of that race. Found the Armco. Guys are saying, do I see clouds? Absolutely not. If you do see clouds, it's because probably clouds of smoke and you're smoking something. No clouds in the sky, as blue can be in the Texas desert. Spikes, winterish, but that gap, 25 seconds, it's not very often you see that. Top 2 cars, 1.5 seconds, and then the third car down the field. Then a further 3 seconds, Levy in P4, Virus. Race was going a heck of a lot better not so long ago, now down to P5, looking to change that, P4, and he's done exactly that. Levy coming back. Very nicely done. Saw the lunge. He thought, is this McLaren going to get it stopped? Probably not. Chose the tight inside line. Came back around the McLaren. I believe that's what you call in MotoGP switch pass. There we go, Weiser. Bosch Cartoon is in the top 10. Now all he needs to do is bring it home. Record broken. You mentioned that record because you were trying to be mean. Now look what you've done. You broke the record. Mr. Well. 2 seconds the gap again between the two leaders. That gap just really yo-yoing. I think no insult to the McLaren, but I think Weeze is in control. He's just yo-yoing that gap. Goes up to 3, then he calms down, it comes back to 2, then he kicks it back up, goes back to 3, and it's just been doing that lap after lap after lap. Spikes not able to get into that DRS that would assist him in possibly taking this victory. Outside of it, it's near impossible. You're hoping for a mistake from one of the drivers least likely to ever make a mistake. Levy in P4 did a fantastic job to come back at Virus. Virus went for that P4 not so long ago. He did not sit back and accept the McLaren going by. Fought back. McLaren outbraked himself. He patiently took that position back. Virus for now within DRS of the Aston Martin. But I wouldn't say he's close enough right now. Ooh, wow, that's a mistake. That's a mistake. That's a big mistake. I said he wasn't close enough for now, and as I said it, we see Levy going off circuit. His teammate that flies past him. Oh, that was a Mercedes. And Levy down to P9, just ahead of his teammate actually. The Aston Martins, 9 and 10. And there he goes again. Wonder if it's the tyres. Have the tyres just completely given up on him? It's 9-lap-old mediums. That could very well be the case. It could have been absolutely abusing those mediums to keep him in the battle at the front. And look at that front left. Next time he hits the brakes, look at that front left. Front left does not look good. I'd love to have the tyre data on these cars. There we go. When he occasionally locks up, you can see it. Looks like craters on the moon. Weiser says, great achievement finishing top 10 out of 12 cars. Well, you know, at the end of the day, when results are read out months and months from now, nobody's going to remember how many started. But you can say, I finally got a point at COTA. Just have to leave out the details. Former French Formula One driver Olivier Panis. Of course, he only won one race during his entire F1 career. And I don't think he'd like you saying something like that. Because that race he won, only 3 other cars finished. And only 2 of them were on the lead lap. We'll advertise that race to anyone who listens for the rest of time. If you want to watch an exciting Monaco GP, maybe not exciting, but absolutely insane, go watch the 1996 Monaco Grand Prix. Got F125, you'll be able to find that in their archive. 1996 Monaco Grand Prix. Pole sitter was out on the formation lap. The world champion was out on lap 3, and it just got worse from there. Guys are saying mediums failing. I think that is definitely the case. Levy has come into the pits to put on a soft set of tyres to the end. Those mediums were obviously not going to do the job. We saw him sliding and squirming all over the circuit. Nothing he could do. And Arsh Khartoum up into P9. Weiser giving him the extra fuel he needs to get up the order. Spikes lost a little bit of time. I wonder if that could be 2 things. Could be a mistake on the side of Spikes. Could be Louise just showing off at the end. Gap's grown to 3.7 seconds. Remember now, Spikes on the same mediums we saw on Levy not so long ago. When Levy started having all sorts of tyre problems, he was on 9-lap-old mediums. Look at your screens. Spikes is on 9-lap-old mediums. Even if these tyres are in horrible condition, I don't think he needs to worry too much about his P2. That's an insane gap. In fact, he could go into the pits, get new tyres and keep his P2. But as far as the lead goes, I don't know if he's got the tyres to do anything about that Red Bull. Liza says maybe P8. Let's go, Oshkotoon. 2.2 seconds if you're going to pick up P8. All of those cars in the midfield on the hard tyre, and they should comfortably get to the end. Spikes. This car's going to start feeling real bad. He's not too far away, but this is why I say sometimes stretching the tyres that one extra lap can make the difference. We're on lap 26 at 28. Weeze has got 1 lap old fresher tyres. You might not think that counts for much. But if your tyres fall off the cliff on lap 10 and you finish the race only doing 9 laps, well, you got away with it, didn't you? That's because you did 1 extra lap on the hards. Seems like a similar problem as we saw with Lebby. It's definitely that front left. Occasionally, if he does have a lockup, you can just see the condition of that tire. Things do get a bit nerve-wracking. In the middle of every corner, you're just hoping this thing better hold on. Get a puncture, and you could possibly lose that 30 seconds. Say another driver on aging mediums is Sugar Bear, but that car is ghosting. Lebby could still, with those soft tires, find his way back to the point. Far ahead of him is an AI car and will not be traveling at full speed. Weeze, Spikes, Winterish, Virus, Smurf, Pantry Star, Andre, Top Gun, Oshkotoon, Sugar Bear, and Lebby, the one driver outside the points. 4.4 seconds between him and the Ferrari. 1 lap to go. Leader has started the final lap, lap 28 of 28. Spikes, he's also started that final lap. Winterish, still far away from the final lap. He's halfway through sector 3. Insane lead by the top 2 drivers. Something quite rare in this race, and I can say it now, I can't curse it. We haven't had a safety car. That will also explain the gaps you see in the field. How many times we've seen races so close at the end. That usually involves 1 or 2 safety cars, sometimes a lot more than that. Just bringing everybody together. Andre, late retirement. Go with the Ferrari, see what happened if we can get a view. That was a retirement in the pits. That was a retirement in the pits because as the Ferrari goes around, see Andre there in the pits, grayed out. DNF for Andre, DNF for Skull. I suspect both those DNFs in the pit. None of them triggered a safety car. Fortunately, Andre and Skull don't work for the same team, otherwise that team would be even more unimpressed than Zach Brown. He goes over the line to win the race. Spikes goes over the line 4.2 seconds later to finish P2. Winterish in P3. Doesn't look all too comfortable. He's got a decent enough gap, 6.9 seconds. He does have a penalty next to his name. It's a 3-second penalty, so he doesn't need to worry about that. He'll go over the line, take P3 for himself. Third man to see the checkered flag. Then Virus. Could have been a podium today. Could have been so much closer to his teammate. A fantastic recovery drive to finish off in P4. This is Smurf. Pantry Star about to go over the line. Top Gun. Just waiting for the ghost car of Sugar Bear. And the ghost car of Lebby. So Harsh Cartoon, Visor, well done. You did it. Not only did he get a top 10, He finished P7. All he needed was his biggest supporter. There's your brief look at the podium. The awards tonight. Race winner goes to Wheeze. Fastest lap goes to Wheeze. Driver of the day goes to Top Gun, as does most overtakes go to Top Gun. And the cleanest driver, well, Tosh Cartoon. There are your final results. Wheeze takes victory and the fastest lap of the evening. Spikes finishes P2 for McLaren. Well fought. Then Winterish P3, Virus P4, Smurf P5, Pantry Star P6, Harsh Cartoon with a P7, Top Gun P8. Then you got Sugar Bear and Levy. They finished as ghost cars. I'm not sure if they pick up points. And then Andre and Skull, the only two DNFs of the evening. There we have it, folks. That was the... Luckily, it's there on the side, because I almost forgot for a second. Season 13, Round 5 of SKR. Of course, we looked at the calendar a little earlier. Let's just bring it up one more time. Where is the calendar? There we go. There's the calendar. Of course, today, that was Austin. We've just finished that. Next week, Sunday, we will be in Mexico. Might think Texas and Mexico are next to each other. They are, but Austin is nowhere near Mexico City, I assure you. After that, of course, long before that, rather, that is next week, Sunday, we will be back on Tuesday night. Tuesday night, different league, different calendar. Will we be in Austin? Yes, it is. 21st, we'll be going back to Austin. All of the drivers who raced here tonight, well, they get a little bit of extra practice for Tuesday night. And then, of course, on Thursday, we should be returning for Red Line Racing, the Thursday night league that takes place at 8 o'clock. I want to thank all of you who joined us here tonight for the stream. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it whet your appetites for the real deal coming up in just over an hour and a half. The US Grand Prix held in COTA. I hope you're all going to watch. I hope you're all going to enjoy. And I hope you're not going to lose any sleep over it. Till next time, everybody, thank you very much. I will see you on Tuesday night. Until then, cheers.
SKR, where legends collide. Fast lanes, heartbreaks, no place to hide. From pole to pit, we're chasing the stars. It's glory or guts in the SKR. High shadows, the apex calls. One mistake and the whole train stalls. Pit stop, press, tires slip with wear. Crew head steady, precision in the air. Highs like Monaco, lows like Monterey. Speed's a religion, the track's our domain. Six-gear symphony, engines that scream. But glory's a gamble, is never serene. Checkered flag or shattered hope. Grip the wheel and learn to cope.
You've got a fire burning deep inside, a spark in the dark where your dreams collide. They'll tell you to stop, say the road's too long, but your heart keeps beating to a rebel song. Take a step, don't look below. Every scar's a story, only you will know. The weight of the world can't break your stride. You're carving your name where the stars reside. When the shadows call, when the nights grow cold, you'll find the strength in the tales untold. You can rise to the sky, touch the edge of the flag.
is a promise you keep. The doubters will fade, their voices will break, 'cause your soul's on fire and it's yours to take. Run through the rain, chase the endless fight. Every dream you claim lights a spark in the night. The horizon's calling, it's yours to claim. A warrior's heart with a fearless flame. When the shadows call, when the nights grow cold, you'll find the strength in the tales untold. You can rise to the sky, touch the edge of the flame, write your heart in the light, let the world know your name. No chains can hold you, no storms too wide. You're a legend in the making when you rise to the sky. Stand tall when the thunder roars, break the locks, kick down the doors. Every step is a battle won, your story's just begun. Oh, let it soar, forevermore, forevermore. You can rise to the sky, touch the edge of the flame, write your heart in the light, let the world know your name. No chains can hold you, no storms too wide. You're a legend in the making when you rise to the sky. So keep on climbing, don't ever slow. The stars are waiting where the brave ones go. You'll rise to the sky. Yeah, you'll rise to the sky. A legend in the making till the end of time.